Hi everyone, my name is Peter Wolf, President and Founder of Azamba Consulting Group. Today we're going to talk about the top 3 reasons why you should evaluate Sage CRM. First, we're going to talk a little bit about our background. So since 2007, we've helped over 400 customers get up and running successfully with CRM. Most of those customers are integrated with accounting, either the Sage 100, Sage 300, or Sage X3 accounting software. If you have one of those products, I think today will be an eye-opener for you because that's one of the biggest strengths of Sage CRM is the integration with the accounting software. We are focused on small and medium-sized companies, anywhere from 2-3 users to 25 users. That's kind of our sweet spot. We certainly have customers with hundreds of seats of Sage CRM. So we are versatile. If you are growing, Sage CRM is a great fit for you. We focus on quick deployment, so a fast return on investment. And then we also focus on long-term adoption. We want to make sure that your team doesn't just get up and running with CRM, but you build new habits around using the software so you can reach your goals faster and more reliably with the tool. We've won multiple awards from Sage, the Sage Spirit Award and the Sage CRM Sales Leadership Award. That's led to, that's really because we know what we're doing. And in fact, we offer 100% money back guarantee on everything that we do because we are confident that if we go forward with you, we're going to be able to help you out. Let's talk right now, though, about what are the top 3 reasons to get Sage CRM. That's why we're here. So the number 1 reason, I kind of said this in the last slide, is Sage CRM and Sage ERP accounting system integration is really the number 1 reason to look at Sage CRM. And I'm going to get into that here in the next slide. The other thing that I would say is a top reason to get Sage CRM is it's a great fit for if you're a small and medium-sized company. So it's not Salesforce, it's not overly complex, it's not complicated. It's a great fit for you if you run a small, medium-sized company. And there are simple and powerful configuration options. So Sage CRM is very flexible and it's done in a configurable way, so you don't have to go out and get a lot of customization done if you don't want to. So let's cover each one of these reasons in more depth. So Sage CRM integrates with Sage accounting software. So that includes Sage 100, Sage 300, Sage X3. Those are the primary ones. Our expertise is with all 3 of those products. And what we find is that it just adds extra benefit to your frontline workers. So imagine, your customer calls up and says, what's going on with that order? You can quickly, from within Sage CRM, you can pull up their record, pull up their last orders. You can see what's going on, if they're on credit hold, what their credit limit is. You can see past invoices, past payments, etc. You have all that information at your fingertips. You don't need to put that customer on hold. You don't need to walk down the hall or email your accounting people or go over to your accounting software. You can just pull that up right from within CRM, put a follow-up note in there. It's all integrated into your CRM. We've got other videos that go into this in a lot more depth on azamba.com/Sage. They kind of go into the integration benefits. I definitely recommend that you check that out because we get a lot more in depth over there about how it all works. I think you'll like to see that. The big thing that it does is not only does it provide that extra benefit, there's a lower total cost of ownership when it's involved because you have one throat to choke, if you will. You've got the Sage CRM, you got the Sage accounting, you got the Sage integration. So it becomes one seamless solution. It all works as expected, and if there are problems, you go back to Sage and get those resolved. So it creates a lower cost of ownership. You don't have third-party middleware. If you need third-party middleware, though, third-party integration between the two, there are options available for you. So if you find that the out-of-the-box integration isn't quite sufficient, there are options for you to do advanced integration and advanced, customized solutions even to tweak your system. So those are options. Again, I would recommend that you check out azamba.com/Sage. There's an integration video that goes into a lot more depth about this. The second benefit that really drives Sage CRM is it's the right fit for SMBs, small, medium-sized companies. So it's a clean interface. It's very well designed. It's designed to be intuitive, simple, easy to use, easy to navigate. Obviously, the reason that's so important is because your people will spend less time struggling with the interface and more time actually getting value out of the software. So just as a quick example, we've got, here's an example of the activity board, the agenda board. And I can quickly see, I've got different options up here at the top where I've got my core options where I can navigate the system, find the stuff that's important to me in the My CRM, things going on with my team, any reports, any marketing going on. I can do a global search, or I can pull up a specific area of the system like a customer or opportunities to search for. I've got my notification bar. I've got a recent bar where I could see things that I've recently pulled up or have been working on. And right here, I'm in the My CRM area, so I've got these different options available to me in the My CRM area, the dashboard, the calendar, et cetera, et cetera. These are all customizable. You can choose what you see, and what you see might be different than what your coworkers see based on security, based on need. So it's very flexible, and you can do all of this with configuration versus customization. And the interface itself is a lot of white space, a lot of clean looking fonts, color schemes. You can see things that are overdue are in red here. You've got status columns. It's all designed to just be real intuitive. And this is not to say there's anything wrong with Salesforce, for example, but a lot of people have found that Salesforce is just a little too much for them, especially the typical customers that we talk to, the small and medium-sized companies. The other thing that's nice about Sage CRM is it's a lower license cost than other CRM systems. So if you're looking at comparable systems, you might be paying, $50, $60, $100 a license or more. With Sage CRM, the licenses start on a monthly basis at $41, and they go down from there because they give you a price discount. So it's a lower license cost for you. And then the last thing is it kind of, this whole SMB right fit kind of principle is it adapts to your needs. And when I say it adapts, what I mean is you can start off real simple. In fact, we advocate that you start off simply with Sage CRM, and then you adapt as you start to use the system. You'll start to identify things that you want to do better, more efficiently. The system will adapt. You can tweak things. You can configure things. If you need to, you can customize things. So there's a lot of options there. Now, the third benefit, speaking of adapting the system, is Sage CRM is flexible. So right out of the box, a lot of people come to us, they have different security options. So you might want to have a certain person see only their accounts and other people only see their accounts. Or possibly if you're a manager, you see all accounts. Or if you're an assistant, you might see all accounts. You might have things where within an account, certain people can do certain things. Well, there's all sorts of different options, and you can see across the top here that for each entity, even custom entities, like this is a custom entity, the TT sales order that we built for our customers, you can have different profiles and you can have different levels of security access. And there's more options beyond this. This is just a simple example of kind of how it works, but it's very flexible, very adaptable, and you can do a lot with it with configuration. Again, it's not customization. There's great control over the user interface. So one of the most powerful things, and I've mentioned it a couple times, is you can configure things in the system. You don't need to be a coder. This screen here shows the customization area. And you can see up here, you've got primary entities and secondary entities. And the primary entities are things that are core to the system, like communications or activities, companies, contacts, leads, orders, quotes, etc. And you can even see we've built some custom entities that are also considered primary entities. You can tweak any of those, but that's not all. You can also tweak any secondary entities. Literally everything in the system is either primary or secondary entity. So this gives you full access to tweaking nearly every area of the system. And once you're in one of these areas, so if I click on company, for example, you can see the options are pretty robust here. Across the top, I can tweak fields, screens, lists, tabs, blocks, table scripts. So there's the sky is the limit as far as what you can do. Some of these areas, I will admit, are more configuration, and some areas are more customization, but there's a whole range of things that you can do. Adding in a field, for example. So if you might want to track a very specific set of fields that aren't out of the box. Adding a field like that to Sage CRM is very easy to do. We train our customers on doing that. You can add it in, you can add it to screens, you can add it to lists, you can add it to your interface, your reports, your dashboards. That's all very simple to do. And moving things around on the screen is very easy to do as well. We're going to have a session on customizing forms and customizing views. So again, check out azamba.com/sage for future reports, or subscribe to our newsletter so you get up to date when things are released. But it's pretty simple to do, pretty straightforward to do. It gives you the power and control over your future. The other thing that's very nice with Sage CRM is the process flow and automation. So within Sage, within that customization area, you can create flows. So if this happens, then this happens. Or you can create sequence of events. So if you want to take an opportunity through cradle to grave, you can qualify it, you can quote it, you can negotiate, and then you can close it, either won or lost. And all those things are controllable. They're all done with a decision tree. It's a visual interface, so you can kind of lay it all out. And you can create automations in the same manner. So you can say things like, if I close a deal and that account was a prospect, automatically turn them to a customer. Or maybe your process is a little bit more sophisticated. You might say, send them to accounting, so accounting can turn them into a customer, run a credit check, do a new customer application, whatever the steps are that accounting has to do. So you can have all these kind of automations triggered along a flow. It's very powerful, it's very flexible, very easy to control. And then the final thing that I would say that fits under this category is, with Sage CRM, you have direct access to the database. So what that means is you can install business intelligence tools, and there are quite a few of them that work with the Sage accounting software and the Sage CRM, and you can point it right to the SQL Server database. That gives you maximum flexibility, maximum power, and it's fast because it's your server, it's your local access. So you'll be able to control that to create the types of reports and views and inquiries that you need to run your business and make informed decisions. But it's also fast. So that's another great benefit. So that's it for what I wanted to show today. But as I've said repeatedly, please check out www.azamba.com/sage. From there, there'll be access to more videos. We have a whole bunch of videos, more on the way every day, and a free assessment. So if you want to just reach out and call me, there's a link to have a personal one-on-one session, or you can do a free assessment where you can walk through some steps and it'll assess you and tell you if you're ready for Sage CRM, if it's a good fit or not. Thank you for your time today. Hopefully this was informative. Please let me know if you have any questions. If you want a personal one-on-one, go to our website, and I hope to talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.